Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today my lectures part 2 is started. I'm starting it where I finished my tomorrow lectures, models of the curriculums. It is the part 2, curriculum development models. And again, today is the last day of the weekend, last month of the weekend, last month of this year. And tomorrow, inshallah, will be the new year. Seasonal greeting of 2023. Professor Mulazim Hussain Bukhari and from my team, Azad Jammu Kashmir Medical College, Muzaffarabad, we all prayers that, O Allah, bring this years upon us with true faith, good health, prosperity, and the protection from the devils. And may Allah bless our country. A good curriculum changes the face and fate of the nation. That is why we are always in the state of changing. But before development, the models, let's see why it is important to develop a good model. Again, this objective, a good curriculum changes the face and fate of the nations with good products. Keeping this models development, ideology of the Bloom taxonomy is very, very important for all stakeholders who are developing the models of the curriculum for their students, because it is important for teachers, for the application of their development, for their students, not only for the students, but the teachings and learnings in their classrooms, in their classes, and on their hospitals, in the clinical classes. There are so many taxonomies, but Bloom's 1956 taxonomy is much popular. And what is the objective of this? He was American, and he was the mastermind of learning. He introduced the 3 domains of the learnings. If any of the institution is going to develop the curriculum for their students, always they must keep in their minds, they should develop according to the Bloom taxonomy. There are certain levels he divided into 3, 4 domains, and these all domains are all domains are consisting of different levels. So that is why the curriculum developer must read this taxonomy before developing any institution's development. The first one is cognitive development domain, then psychomotor, cognitive initial treatments, and psychomotor and affective. Some affective is second, and psychomotor is third level of this one. So these are the initial steps that were introduced by the original Bloom taxonomy, that in the beginning of the curriculum, you should know about the knowledge comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, evaluations. But there is somewhat change. These are the levels of the first domains, cognitive domains. Same, there are levels of the affective and the psychomotors. The revised taxonomy, in this one, the evaluation was downgraded while the creation was upgraded. These knowledge, comprehension, application on this remembering, understanding, and applying, this is the low level of cognitions, while analysis, analyzing, evaluating, and creating are the high level of analysis. So for starting for developing any institution's curriculum, these things should be improved stepwise. While these all are very integrated, that if you will miss any step in developing the curriculum, you cannot complete all the steps. That is why it is very, very important to follow the curriculum designs. What are different curriculum designs? Yesterday, I discussed that this designing was started from the 1940 through trial model, and it is now 2020, last day, almost 82 years. But still, we are wondering which one of the model is more important. This is another classification of the marks that was done in 2019, that there are 4 models. These models are procedural, descriptive, conceptual model, and the critical models. In this model, all the discussed models previously are synchronized in 4 process of this one. These are the different models: objective model, Lewis model, interactive model, care model, Saylor model, Taba model. So these are different models which have been running from the last 82 years in different institutions. According to me, there are almost 2-3 designs. Very important one is the traditional design. When we were student in our institutions, still in Pakistan, so many institutions are running the traditional and conventional model. And I gave the detail of this traditional model in my yesterday lectures, which is present on my website. And then is the integrated model. We are now going from integrated traditional model to integrated model. Some of them are hybrid model, and these all 3 traditional models are based on teacher-centered curriculum, student-centered curriculum, outcome models, problem-based models. So different models are there. Today, I will give a little bit detail in the integrated model. Why we are going from traditional model to integrated model. There are the basic concept of the integrated model. It is becoming popular because the concept of teaching, the teacher-based to teaching to the standard student-based is becoming much popular in the world. The basis goal of this integrated curriculum is to bridge gaps among basic medical sciences and the clinical sciences. Because if I am when I was a medical student, anatomy, physiology, biochemistry was taught in first year, and when I was in final year, I almost forgotten all the basic things of the anatomy, physiology, and it was not possible for me how to integrate the important surgical anatomy, surgical pathology, pathophysiology in the clinicals. On the other hand, in the first year, the student do not know about the clinical concept. So this was integrated model is to bridge between the basic sciences and the clinical sciences. It is up to you how to bridge through horizontal model, through vertical model, and through spiral model. basic concept is to pick the bridge to make the good students. To promote a retention of the knowledge and acquisition of the skill through repetitive and progressive development of the concept of their applications. It was not possible for the traditional model. Addressing all these three domains, three main areas, ensuring synchronized presentation of the materials, avoiding the tendency to diminish the importance of the basic sciences for the clinical sciences, using unified definitions for all. It was very difficult for us. Now in block one, suppose first year, all the clinical teacher and all the basic sciences clinicals sit together and they make the curriculum for their first year, block one, block two, block three, and then the assessment is according to the block wise and in other words. So this is the journey from different years. How the integrated system was in the 1983. It is stepwise. In Pakistan, in public sector, very few of the institutions are running this integrated system, but almost the same as in private sectors. So that is why we are from baseline to the upgradation. We are going from this integrated system. How to develop the integration system? All should know the steps of the harden. These are the different steps of the harden that if any of the institutions want to develop the curriculum from traditional to the integrated, should follow these 11 steps. Isolation, awareness, harmonization, nesting, temper coordinations, correlation, complementary, multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, transdisciplinary. And every institution must know how much is need, how much is their infrastructure available to reach the 11th step. Do not jump from one step to the. That is why all models should be based, if they are going to make the integration, they should follow this. Step one is isolation, in which faculty organize their teaching without considering other subjects, other disciplines, as it was common in the traditional system. In step two, in which the teachers of one subject, any basic subject, two basic subjects, or clinical subject, two clinical subjects, aware of what is covered elsewhere, what he has taught and what we have to start. But no attempt is made to help students look at a subject in an integrated manner. The step three is harmonization, in which the teachers communicate with each other. This is basically the first step of the integrations. In the fourth step, that is the nesting, in which the teacher target contents from other courses within their own courses. Clinical courses in basic sciences and clinical sciences. In step 5 is the temporal coordination, in which similar content is covered in the parallel across the courses. In step 6, the sharing or joining teaching other conducted when there are common areas of the content of there is a need to include new content. This is almost, we are in the center of the curriculum. In the 7th step, that is the correlation. This is just like a stair. You are going from first stair to the second stair. In step 8, in step 9, in step. So these are the Harden, Dundee University. He introduced this thing in 1977. So this is my suggestion, that all the team of any institution must follow these steps And let's see, every institution should see where they are standing and how can they improve this one. Because there are different taxonomies. Some people say that let's make a curriculum based on how to make learning for the students, while the Bloom says what the students learn. That is why it is very, very important things. In integration, there are three models, very, very important: horizontal model, vertical model, and the spiral model. In Azad Jammu Kashmir Medical College, we are running the spiral models. Horizontal model, the combination of different disciplines in a finite period, indefinite period of time. The horizontal integration is combination of one separated course, typically the basic sciences, into unified year-long introductory course, anatomy, for example, anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, neurobiology, took 2 years to design and implement. By diminishing redundancy in content and examination, in this way, they have to make the combination, they combine these things. Students report more time for independent study and greater satisfactions with their education. Horizontal integration in 1 or 2 years. The courses are combined into units. Unit 1, interdisciplinary blocks, Block 1 or Block 2, Block 3, Block 4. And the students begin their clinical learnings. Also, they start in the beginnings. But the touch of the clinical is smaller. First, they finished these subjects and then they start the others while they are putting the clinical introduction slowly. This is the example of the horizontal models. These are the years of this one. In unit 1 and in unit 2, how much time you will spend in unit 1 and unit type 2. The revised curriculum of the MD program of this Massachusetts McMaster University in 1989. In this early representation of the integrated curriculum from this university, horizontal integration is demonstrated through combination of the preclinical basic sciences discipline into units. They have combined the subjects in the units. The organization of the material across the disciplines over a finite time, not throughout the entire curriculum. There is a limit time of 15 weeks, 12 weeks, this means. Then is the final year MBBS, and this is the clerkship, and another is the vertical from first year, second year, third year, fourth year, and you have to combine these basic and clinical side. This is just like a Z curriculum. Integration across the time adapted to improve medical education by disrupting the traditional barrier between basic sciences and the clinical sciences. Example includes Z-shaped curriculum model. The basic sciences and the clinical sciences are combined in this vertical, not spiral. It's time to time, and it's 1 year, second year, third year. There is no. A student start her medical education with most not entirely basic medical sciences and progress through all years of the curriculum to finish with mostly but not entirely with the clinical sciences. In this middle, the students are attributed to earlier clinical exposure, which increases students' confidence in selecting future, especially improves previous preparation and the post-graduation training. This is the clinical, this is one model of 2009 in year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. So this is just like a Z line. From this, you are teaching, then is this, then hold the year clean. So this is a vertical or a H-shape teaching, classroom, basic, practice, clinical. In this way, you are making the integrations. Which model I suggest we are following, that is the spiral model, that you have first cycle, second cycle, third cycle, fourth cycle. And according to the Bloom, you have to concentrate on the cognitive domains, attitudes, affective domains, and psychomotor domains. In this way, from small area, from this at area, and this in this becoming the broader knowledge is knowledge is just like this. Yeah, as you spread the umbrella. In the beginning, umbrella is closed, and when you spread this one, this is like a flower. The curriculum is just like a flower. In the beginning, the flower is closed, while it gives fragrance when it is fully spread, fully open. So the learning of the both basic medical sciences and the clinical sciences across the time and the subjects blockwise. It is combination of both horizontal and vertical models. And most popular models in most of the institution, it is integration across the time to time. So this was about the integrated model. Modular model is also called integrated model. Different modules are taught in different areas according to horizontal, vertical, and the spiral model. There are certain other models that we skipped yesterday. That is the Sailor and the Cylinder models. This model was introduced in 1974. And these were the two, Galen Sailor and the William, these were the curricular specialists. According to them, curriculum is plan of providing set of learning opportunity to achieve broad educational goal and related specific objective for identifying population served by the single school centers. They viewed curriculum development as a consisting of the 4 steps. Tyler was also based on the 4 steps, while the Taba was based on the 7 questions. Curriculum planners begin by specifying the major educational goals and specific objectives they wish to complete. Goal or objective, same was in the first thing, also in Tyler was setting the goals, setting the objectives. And in second step, suppose in first model, you want to make the students, MBBS students or MD students, basic undergraduate students, you have set the goal. And then you have to select the domains, cognitive domains, affective domains, psychomotor domains. You have to select the integration of the students. And then it's the curriculum designing. How you will design these curriculums as we have discussed previously. And after designing, then how you will implement in first year, block 1, block 2, block 3, second year, third year, fourth year, final year clerkship. And also each design, how you will evaluate formative, diagnostic, and the summative. Another, it is conception of the curriculum planning process. This is the just a objective was connected to the curriculum designing, then the curriculum implementation. Feedback was missing in the Tyler, but feedback is No one lecture even or even curriculum, it's better without the feedback of the students. This is the goal that we have discussed stepwise in the goals curriculum designing. Decision as to design made by responsible curriculum planning groups for particular education center, where various prior decisions by political and social agencies may limit the final. So always be careful that the planner should be independent for these all effects. Curriculum implementation, also the decisions as to instruction models made by responsible teachers. The curriculum plan includes alternative modes with suggestions as to resources, media, and organization, thus encouraging flexibility and more freedom for the teachers and the students. These implementation steps are very important. Again, these all steps should be uniform without political and social agency. Basically, you have the three important components: the students, teachers, society. These three components are be integrated. And the curriculum evaluation is very important, and you have to make the decision at the end of this. That either your students' learning outcome was according to your learning objective or not. So these are the steps that were introduced by this one. Another model was very important. This is called that Oliva model, and same based on that they have what is the need of the society, what is the need of the students, because without considering these all things, we cannot complete any of the models of the curriculum. So another is the Wheeler model I discussed yesterday, and this is modified Tyler models. And basically, Tyler model was based on the 4 steps: selecting of the objective. First, you have to select the objective, what you are going to do. What is the objective of any institutions? And according to the objective, you have to choose the learning experiences. And learning experiences, what are the method you will use? Not methodology. Methods you will use. Method mean how you are using anything. And methodology is the practical experience of this one. So methods, choose learning experiences. Then the contents, then you have to organize the contents for the first year, second year, third year, final year. Which subject you have to teach first and which subject you have to. So in this way, I also told from simple to complex and how to evaluate the students. This is just a wheel, aims and objective here, learning experiences, selecting the contents, and the evaluation is very important. This was the Wheeler actually modified. So many advantages, so many disadvantages of this one. So another was Walker naturalist model. This model was introduced in 1971. And it is also modified model of the Tyler on different steps. It is based on 3 phases. Platform, build a platform, belief, concept, theories, aims, and objectives, same. And then deliberate how these are practically applied. Curriculum designs, operationalizations. But it is more complex to apply. It is more complex to understand for the students even. Basic objective is same. The communication approach starts with the more subjective perception and views of the designers, the target group, and the stakeholders. The term naturalistic describes how curriculum was actually developed rather than how it should be developed. How curriculum was developed rather than how it should be developed. These are different two questions similarly. Walker suggests that the better curriculum planning and development will result if persons participated in the process and reached a consensus about the final products. Because the curriculum is journey, it's a phase. It should not be finished in 1 year. Every year there should be again the meeting of these planners and head of the institutions, and they should think how was our previous year's results and how were their deficiencies. So there is always a moment of improvement. So that is a always do a journey. Life is a journey. The curriculum is a journey, because what I was in class first year MBBS and what I am now, this is just an improvement of with the passage of time. The curriculum is just like a journey of this one. This platform, deliberations, and how dear students, you will easily understand that the basic objectives of all the curriculums are same, as I told you, according to the Bloom Taxonomy. So it is very, very important. This is how to make a platform, how to deliberations and curriculum designing and making the decisions and implementation of any students. There are so many advantages of the students. It's easy. You can give the input to the targets groups. You can satisfy the stakeholders. But there are also certain disadvantages, very difficult. It needs a lot of time, a big team to apply for this workers teams. Because of the longer steps and actually happens in the classrooms, the process of deliberation can be time consuming. The consensus is hard to achieve. There are in every 3 steps, there are certain problem, pitfalls, shortcomings. So there are so many other conceptual models, which are not being used nowadays. There are certain critical models of learning. And there was so actually, what is the nutshell of this one? Curriculum model facilitates the structuring of the planning, learning activities. Educational taxonomies allow the facilitator of learning to articulate the characteristics, behavior, knowledge, attitude. These frameworks function as a guide for the developing the range of the students' experiences. They are not prescriptions. Beware of the tacit power that they exert upon the overall learning experiences. As my conclusion to all the institutional heads, that basically it is a long journey, it is a process. We continue this process for the benefit of your institutions. And also all these models are very important, but select the model according to need of the institution, need of the nation, nationally and internationally, and always integrate all these things according to the post taxonomy. And that is why the student-centered integrated systems, spiral system is much better as compared to other. Thank you so much. This was the summary of this one. Now you can ask the question and answer, and time for the question you can ask. These are the bibliography. Thank you so much. I am highly obliged once again giving me the time to talk in this course, and especially the ERA University. And always we feel that Azad Jammu Kashmir Medical College, Muzaffarabad, the faculty, we are always at the end sit together, and we think and we analyze our things. We also concentrate on the feedbacks given, but there is no end of the improvement. And hope, inshallah, these talks will help all the institutions to develop their best curriculum to get the best result for the nation. Assalamu alaikum. Allah Ta'ala आप सबको ये नया साल मुबारक करे. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Happy New Year to you all, 2023.